Hello everyone. Happy Thursday. It's that time again. Facebook Live. Got myself some water and look at what my husband played a joke on me. He put one of James's wooden lemons in my water. Isn't that funny? So there's some noise in the background. I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. I think someone's vacuuming or something. Hi, happy Thursday. Let's do this. So today we are talking about your beliefs and how they affect your health. For those of you who are new to me, welcome. This is my weekly Facebook Live. I come to you live every Thursday at noon Eastern Time. I am Amy Raup. I'm an author. I'm an acupuncturist. I'm a women's health expert, and I love to inspire people to truly live their healthiest life and reawaken their health. My upcoming book is called Body Belief. This is a galley copy of it because the real copies are on their way to me. I'm so excited. But the book comes out March 13th. It's available anywhere books are sold, and as the topic of today's conversation is your beliefs dictate your behavior dictates your health, and we're all about shifting our beliefs so that we can truly reawaken our health, and that's really the premise of this book. Body Belief is geared at helping heal from autoimmune diseases, and autoimmune diseases are extremely prevalent. Most people don't even know that they have one. But it's estimated that about 1 in 9 women will get a diagnosis of an autoimmune disease in their life. And so things like celiac disease, endometriosis, polycystic ovaries or polycystic ovarian syndrome, Hashimoto's, which is thyroiditis. Most people have hypothyroidism, but what a lot of people don't realize they also have are thyroid antibodies. So your body's attacking its own thyroid gland, and that's an autoimmune condition. Things like Crohn's, colitis, rheumatoid arthritis, those are all autoimmune conditions. And so my next book, Body Belief, like I was saying, is geared towards helping people heal from an autoimmune condition. But even more, even if you don't know you have an autoimmune condition, but you just don't feel good, like you've seen doctors, no one can seem to figure it out, you just don't feel well and you can't understand why, or you feel foggy-headed, or you have hormonal imbalances you can't seem to fix, or you've had more than one miscarriage, or you have eczema or psoriasis, chances are you might have an autoimmune condition. So this book is written for you as well. And today's conversation is obviously for everyone, because we all have thoughts. We all think thoughts. I think there's about 10,000 thoughts a day, we think, and about 80% of them are the same day after day. So this conversation is for you. And more specifically, right, a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. That's what my teacher, Abraham Hicks, always says, and so I'm quoting her. And so, I'm here to kind of inspire some conversation in your head and in your life about the beliefs that you are walking around believing every day. So the thoughts you're thinking, and more importantly, the beliefs that you have about your body and about its health. So, for instance, I talk about, I have this Art of Shifting Your Beliefs worksheet that if you pre-order my book, Body Belief, the link is amyraup.com/book gift. If you pre-order my book, you are going to get an amazing 5-hour digital workshop taught by me that has qigong and yoga and discussions by me, and we're gonna work through body beliefs in that digital workshop. There's cooking demonstrations, there's meditations, there's just so much that you're gonna get for free if you pre-order my book. So, but in addition, you're going to get this worksheet, this Art of Shifting Your Beliefs. So today we're going to go over that. But obviously, if you want to take a deeper dive, I really encourage you to pre-order my book and get that amazing free workshop that we've put together for you. It's valued at over $100, and it's a lot of information. I've put a lot of effort into that, and I'm really excited to share it with all of you so we can get you on your reawakened health path, right? Really get you to the state of health that you are longing for, that you deserve. So let's talk about beliefs. So just so you understand, what I'm talking about. I mean, I deal with a lot of women who say are trying to get pregnant, and a common belief that many of them have, and I'm going to use the I word that I don't really like to use, but I'm going to use it right now to prove a point. A lot of them tell the story that they are infertile. That's the word they use. I'm infertile. And that basically translates to I'm broken. My body doesn't work. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. And it's a harsh statement. It's a painful statement. And whatever illness or dis-ease, discomfort, disharmony you're dealing with, you inevitably become somewhat identified by it. And so what I am challenging you all to do is to begin to soften that conversation a little bit, to say it a little bit differently, and when it comes to the fertility conversation. So instead of it being so harsh, like I'm broken, it's more, I'm working on shifting my fertility. There's other women who have been in my shoes before me, and they were able to turn things around. They were able to conceive and get pregnant and carry a pregnancy to term, and I can do it too. And there's so much hope and inspiration around me, and I do understand that there's lifestyle changes I can make that can optimize the quality of my eggs and balance my hormones. So so it's not about going from infertile to, oh my God, I'm so fertile. I don't think our brains really understand that or work well with that. It's more about kind of softening the conversation. So I want to read to you some other really common health thwarting body beliefs. I've tried everything to feel better and nothing works. I always knew I would get sick. I'm too old to change. I'm set in my ways. There's no hope, so why bother? I have bad genes, it's in my blood. I'm afraid to feel better. I don't know who I am without my illness. It's a big one. I'm afraid to do this alone, which if that's you, I'm so glad you're here, because this community is a wonderful place of support for you. I'm not sure I believe in my body's ability to heal itself. That's a biggie. My doctor said there's nothing they could do to help me. My doctor said I can never be healed. So those are some really common health thwarting beliefs. And what I'd like to do, like we just did with the fertility one, is take one of these and rework it. One of my favorites is, it's my genes, it's my genetics. Let me take a sip of drinking my Chinese herbal tea, because I've been a slacker lately, so I'm trying to get back on. So I have bad genes. It's in my genes. My dad had heart disease or cancer or, diabetes, or my mom had, Alzheimer's, or, whatever it is, it's in my genes, right? So that's it. I'm going to get it. So, that's your belief. That's your firm belief. And whether or not you constantly talk about it, it's in there somewhere. That's your belief. And so to that I say, first of all, the science does not support that whatsoever. This whole genetics conversation has been shifting for over a decade now. With the science of epigenetics, it shows us that only 5% of diseases are heritable. So the rest is a disposition that you have. And so the way you live your life impacts whether or not those genes turn on or turn off, and actually determines whether or not you get the disease it actually presents. So it's not in your genes. So we're going to rework that statement. I have bad genes, it's in my blood. And so first we acknowledge that, and we say, okay, that's my belief. We send ourselves lots of love about that belief, and kindness to ourselves, because that's our belief, and it's a part of us. And so I don't want us to ever look at it and be like, what a stupid belief. I can't believe you have that belief. You're say bad things to ourselves about it. It's more about witnessing it. Okay, so that's my belief. I've walked around believing that for quite some time. So we acknowledge it. So this is the work we're doing is called the art of shifting your beliefs, A-R-T. So the A stands for acknowledge. So we're acknowledging our belief. It's in my genes. That's what I believe. I've had that belief for quite some time. And then the R stands for reform. So now we're going to reform that belief. Well, as Amy just said, epigenetics plays a big role. So I guess there are lifestyle choices I could make to help support my health so that I don't wind up getting that disease. And the key with the reformed thought is I want you to be able to believe it. So again, going from I have bad genes to, oh my God, I have the best genes ever, when deep down you probably don't. Maybe you weren't given, the best genetic profile. It's not very believable. But how about going from, okay, so I got these genes, but there is a lot of science out there that shows that the way I live my life impacts whether these genes turn on or turn off. So I actually have a lot more power here than I thought. Just try to find, Abraham, I'm going to go back to my teacher, Abraham Hicks again, where she says, find the better feeling thought. So the I have bad genes, I'm screwed feeling, not so good. The I have bad genes, but I can shift my health. I can impact whether or not that disease manifests in my life. Feels a little better. It's a little more hopeful. It's opening you up to some possibility of change. And so then once we get to that reformed state, we stay there, we practice it. Here are some common reformed statements. I do feel better when I take care of myself. I want to believe I can be healed. I am ready to feel better. I know stress affects my sleep, so I guess it could be affecting my overall health. There are a lot of people going through health challenges like me. If I really think about it, I am not alone in this process. I have read about how other people radically changed their health, so I guess I could too. There does seem to be a lot of science supporting the epigenetics theory. I suppose there's no harm in making dietary changes to see how I feel. Doing the emotional work can't hurt anything. Right? I know in my heart I am meant to feel better than I do now. My body is programmed to thrive. I just need to properly support it. Those feel better than us walking around saying, my doctor said there's no hope for me. I'm screwed. I can't heal from this disease. I'm just bound to feel bad every day. What's the point? That's how a lot of people live. I really think a lot of people live in this state of maybe 70 to 80% of their optimal wellness, when we can really get to 90, even 100, when we properly support our body. And one of the most important ways to properly support our body is within the conversation we're having in the privacy of our own minds. Because our thoughts really dictate our behaviors, and our behaviors dictate our health. So if you begin to shift those thoughts, it's not about, again, going, a full 180 from, everything's terrible to, oh my God, sunshine and rainbows. I don't think that's very realistic. Life gives us challenges for sure, and things come up all the time. But our perception is our reality, and also how we converse with ourselves in the privacy of our own mind really does impact how we see the world, how we interact in the world, and the choices we make. And so to begin to hear that conversation, acknowledge those thoughts, right? So we're kind to ourselves in this process. We're loving to ourselves. Like, sometimes I hear a thought in my head and I'm like, oh, Amy, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. Like, that's sad or that's scary. And then I try to talk to myself, I soothe myself with a better feeling thought. So there's the acknowledgement, there's the reform, and then that leads us to the T, which is the transformation. So we acknowledge the thought, we reform the thought, and then we transform the thought. Transformation lies in, like, when you say that you know, I have bad genes, I'm screwed. Right? And then we're beginning to soften that thought. The transformation really starts to happen when you're going to continue to have those thoughts. That belief's going to come up. It's so ingrained. Our brains are wired a certain way, and it takes weeks to rewire them, you know, weeks of doing this kind of work and really listening to that conversation. But the transformation lies in what you say back to yourself. So we can have that not so kind thought, you know, I'm broken, there's no hope for me. The world is broken, there's no hope for any of us, right? Whatever it might be. And then you sit with that, you acknowledge it, you think of how you could say it better, and then you say it better to yourself. You know, oh, that's not true. There is some hope. Things are working out for other people. I don't have to be left out of this, right? Other people have healed from this dis-ease or illness. You know, there are a lot of people that feel good and healthy. I could be one of them. It's just that shifting to the possibility of change, the possibility that things could be better for you than they currently are. And also when you begin to shift that, then you shift that conversation, but then you begin to shift your perception of your reality, and that begins to open up possibilities for you that you didn't even see before. So a lot lies, you know, there's a real big reason I named the book Body Belief, because I really truly believe, 15 years of clinical experience treating thousands of patients at this point, between all my online work and in my clinic, until we tune into the conversation we're having in the privacy of our own mind and begin to renew our beliefs about our body, about our life, about our health, about our worthiness, can we actually transform and reawaken our health? And so if you don't feel your best right now, you have a lot of power over this, and you can improve your health. You can shift it. A lot of it is going to start, though, with the conversation you're having in the privacy of your own mind. So like I said, if this resonates with you, if you want more of this conversation, head over to the link we posted, amyraup.com/book gift. Pre-order my book, Body Belief. It will be in your hands within a month, maybe sooner. And then get my free digital workshop, because I'm going to dive into this conversation even more in that workshop and give you so many tools and strategies to help you begin to truly reawaken your health. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, if you want more information about me, head over to amyraup.com. I'm so honored that you're following me here on Facebook. If you want to see more of my day-to-day, daily life interactions, follow me on Instagram as well. I always have a lot of fun on my Insta stories, so I'd love to see you guys there. Have a wonderful day.